Hello, testing. I just realized this microphone blinks red whenever you talk into it. I just realized that. Um, anyways, first off, thank you to anyone who's watching, friend, family, stranger. Um, this is going to be a good one. This is a good story, man. This is something that like you would write into a movie or you would like make up to your friend. Um, but basically, bro, so I work at a Cane's, right? And it's always like talked about like as one of those places you want to work, like, or you just like get the vibe that like they treat their workers well. And that's true for the most part. That's 100% true. I mean, I've had a great time working at Cane's. The people there have been great. The managers have been good for the most part. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. Outside of like dumb work BS, where like I don't know, you're passive aggressive and they're passive aggressive, and like I don't know, dumb stuff like that. That like you forget about the next day. Um, it's been great working there. I've been there about 9 months. Anyways, the other day, right, I wrote on the whiteboard, a couple of the managers were there, like I think it was two of them, and one of them, like I joke around about, saying like, oh, capitalism, whatever, whatever. It's like, oh, is Riley talking about capitalism again? Like that sort of thing. Like it's just a nothing joke. Um, like, yes, I, capitalism is bad, but when I'm saying it at work, like that's just work BS. That's just joking. Um, but anyway, so I write on the board, I write capitalism is bad, and I put a dash Todd Graves, like I'm quoting him or whatever. Uh, and Vanessa's there, so I'm like, okay, hopefully Vanessa sees this, whatever, or like, whatever. Someone finds it funny, whatever. Obviously, like they would erase it, because it's like that doesn't need to be on the board. Um, but so fast forward. Okay, get this. Fast forward, literally like a minute later, not even. Uh, the other manager that was there calls me in, or he doesn't call me in, but he comes up to me. Hi, Bubba. And he's like, oh, did you write anything on the board, Riley? And, I say no. You're like, no, I didn't write anything on the board. Like, why would I admit to that? Um, and like, I also don't respect this manager. Like, he's a brand new manager, and um, I don't know. I just don't really like his managing style. Um, and then, but like for the most part, he's fine. I just in the moment, I was like, why am I gonna tell you I wrote something on the board? Like, that's such a nothing thing. Like, why are you even asking me about that? Like, just erase it. Like, what's going on? Oh, stop. She's going for the wire. Um, and then so then the manager who like I joke around about um a, it's not like a consistent thing, but like it's just like a dumb inside joke, like 3 or 4 times, like if I ask for food and she's like, oh no, like not today, I'll be like, capitalism, whatever. Um, but she comes over and then she also is like, oh Riley, did you write on something on the board? Blah blah blah. And I was like, and she was like, well, in the handbook, it says like you're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, I thought this was like understood by both of us. This is not like they act like you're acting like I'm handing out papers or I'm like saying some crazy conspiracy stuff. Like I don't know. And I'm even like I didn't say anything. It says like, oh, you're not allowed to speak about politics. I'm like, I didn't say anything. I wrote something on the board. Like I didn't even talk to a person. Yeah, I didn't do anything. So then Fast forward again, once the general manager is back, because he was off doing, who knows what, whatever, for the store. But they call me in, and he's in there, and then the first manager is in there, as a witness, whatever, because of course they need that. And so it goes like, oh, whatever. I don't, I don't appreciate you giving like this back and forth with one of my managers. And like, I know like it was just a joke, we don't like anything political there. And I was like, well, it wasn't political. Like, it was just a joke. Like, y'all made it political. Y'all escalated it. It's never like you guys making it a write-up and putting it in the office. That shit is escalating the problem instead of dealing it with it right then and there. But they never want to do that because that is not their controlled environment. They want control over the situation. That way for one, you're more likely to like not talk back and not, whatever. And two, so it's like good for certain reasons, but it just feels so slimy. I don't even know. And he's just like, whatever, we just don't play with that. Like, it was funny, and he's saying all this while he's smiling. So it's like, dude, you find this funny. Like, this isn't, he says, oh, if you would have just said that and you wouldn't have put the Todd Graves part, we wouldn't have, it wouldn't have been a problem. And I was just like, whoa, wait. Like, I didn't say anything, obviously, because, like, I threw in the white towel. I'm like, I already argued, like, there's just no point. I don't even know. I'm like, wait, so if I had written capitalism is bad, that would be completely fine. You just erase it, whatever. But if I write Todd Graves, you're calling me into the office and basically saying, like, don't talk bad about Todd Graves. Like, I'm like, whoa, that's weird. So that was like a little whatever thing. I wasn't written up or any disciplinary thing like that. But bro, tonight, okay, so let me just set the table. I worked a damn double today. I had an extra long break because I had a flat tire and I had to go patch it up and stuff. But I worked like 10 hours today for this friggin' company, for this friggin' billionaire, Todd Graves. I worked while I made fucking 15 an hour, not even, like, working my ass off. And what did he do today? This guy's worth 17 billion. Like, I looked it up afterwards, which is the perfect irony of this, which is like, I would not ever have looked up his net worth if this situation didn't happen tonight, which is like a similar situation. But for today, I have my 10 hours, I have my break, I go home, I chill out, I come back for my, little like 6-hour shift, and I'm on toast, right? And Isaiah, one of my like good friends there, is on Bird. And I don't know, it was boring. We were just kind of like hanging out, and it had slowed down. So yeah, I just told him the story. I was like, yeah, bro, I wrote this on the board. Like, they pulled me in the office for that. Cause like that's a good story. That's a good situation. So, I mean, I'll probably be telling this story for who knows how long. But, and then he's like, at first he's like, this is a younger guy. He's like, oh, what do you mean capitalism? He's like, oh yeah, you mean like the system, that we, whatever. And I was like, yeah. And then later, fast forward a little bit, and he says something. He's like, oh, capitalism, blah, blah, blah. And I joke back, like, we're looking away from each other. We're both working. So I didn't even really hear what he said. He can't really hear me, And then I was just like, oh, that's my least favorite word. I don't like that word. and it was just a funny joke. Like, I literally said that to Vanessa afterwards. I was like, I'm not gonna say the C word. Um, and then, dude, so it's like it's like she's fine with it sometimes, but if it oversteps her ego or whatever, then it's bad. Because I was she overheard, and she was like, she said, I forget what she said. She was just like, you know, like, I don't know. She's just saying like, oh, don't be saying that. Like, uh, there's no need for like to talk about like politics. And I don't know. We just like laughed it off because it's like, what, what do you? It's so weird. And she just kept talking about it. Um. And I think I said like, oh yeah, he said, he kept pushing it. Like, he kept talking about it. I was like, and I was just sort of feeding off of him in a way. He was like, oh, can't talk bad about Todd Graves. And I was like, yeah, it's a new religion. It's a new religion. You got to worship Todd Graves. And she did not like that, I guess. Because she overheard, and then like she pulls me aside, like, and she's like, okay, we don't tolerate that. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, that is like, yeah, we were pushing it, but we would not have kept talking and joking if you hadn't been all weird about it. And I told her straight up, like, right then and there, I was like, we were right here, you are bringing it up here. It is now a situation because of you. And she, walks off, of course, and I guess is like deciding what to do, or she texted Mondo, and then like me and Isaiah, are smiling at each other. We're just like mutually understanding, like, dude, what? Keep in mind, dude, I worked at this place for 10 hours this day. I slaved away all day today. Sorry. For this, like, bro, this is how I'm rewarded, is a possible write-up, because she, and then Isaiah even joked before, he was like, oh, I'm not getting my break now, which is so screwed, man. I mean, that is just sad. That's so sad. It's like, man, my manager didn't like what I said. I'm not getting my break now. And it wasn't even, bro, me and Isaiah are good workers there. We're two of the we work hard, and we're very consistent. Like, we're and we have a positive attitude. People love Isaiah, and he even told me after, he's like, yeah, that was weird, bro. I was like, yeah, it makes you feel icky. He's like, I don't know about that. It's like, bro, I told him, imagine being in the office, and guess what freaking happens? Vanessa calls me into the office and is going on about, the handbook. And I'm just like, dude, I was just so past it all, dude. I was like, you are here for the handbook. You do not care about me. You're writing me up. This feels weird. I don't, this feels bizarre. Like, you are making this into a bigger situation, which is the whole irony of this thing is you're talking about our founder, our billionaire. You can't do that. That's bad. Like, I even, dude, my exact words, I'm like, you're putting your foot on my neck. Like, this is intimidation. And of course she goes, intimidation? It's like, intimidation, we're writing you up, like, and it's like, I don't even remember, bro. When you're in the heat of the moment like that, and, I guess I wasn't deflating it, but she mentioned, oh, our GM, he's gonna talk to you. I was just like, dude, talk to me about what? You're gonna write me up and maybe fire me over this? I wouldn't put it past you guys to fire me. I just got fired from my other Regal job. The famous one that's in so many of my videos, the one I loved, my movie theater job. Fired, bro. You have your third write-up. Goodbye. And, you know, these sort of situations, like, obviously it takes two to tango, but there's a power thing always going on. There's always someone with more power, usually, whenever there's an argument or a disagreement, and they're flexing their power against me. They're flexing their power against you, and they're flexing their power against us. And man, dude, I mean, obviously this is a very micro situation. This isn't that serious, but this is just a little microism. This is a little hint of a dark path that, you know, we could go as a country or humanity, or I don't know, just these weird little subliminals that that society gives you. Like, real shit, dude. This stuff is weird, man. And get this. She sent me home early because of that. She is literally sending me home early. I'm getting $15 less. I'm getting an hour's worth of pay less because I made a couple of jokes that maybe, you know, you didn't like. It's like, I didn't joke about, like, someone's appearance or something, but, like, I wasn't saying, like, I love communism or I want to kill babies or something like that. Those are, like, crazy jokes. But, like, I'm just so blown away. So that's my friggin' Keynes capitalism story. You know, I go in tomorrow. We'll see. They'll probably write me up. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, I'm out of the job with 2 jobs, dude. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, and yeah, whatever. It's my own fault partly. But, man, it's just, I don't know. People get special treatment. And it's like, I don't know, stuff just feels bizarre, man. But it's a hell of a story, isn't it? Hey, I'll say one thing. I'll end with this. Capitalism is bad.